Hello, I'm Officer Jacob Ross, Communications Coordinator for the Sparks Police Department. This critical incident community brief is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in the area of Greenbrae Drive and Rock Boulevard in the city of Sparks on March 29, 2024. You are about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to this case, so you have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know now. The Regional Officer-Involved Shooting Protocol conducts a thorough investigation alongside the Sparks Police Department, who conducts a use of force investigation internally, which typically requires investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. Once completed, the investigation in its entirety will be submitted to the Washoe County District Attorney's Office for review. A word of caution: the images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect and to defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. Body-worn video cameras are worn at chest level by officers assigned to patrol duties. This angle captures a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera limits the viewer from seeing everything the officer saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn cameras have a buffer of video without audio beginning 30 seconds prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly where an officer does not have the time to immediately activate the camera.
I'm Deputy Chief Clint Bellamy. I'm going to give you a brief overview of a critical incident that resulted in an officer-involved shooting in the city of Sparks. On March 29, 2024, at approximately 1:40 p.m., a Sparks police officer conducted a traffic stop on a Ford Expedition with no license plate in the 1500 block of Greenbrae Drive. The officer attempted to make contact with the driver. However, the driver immediately produced a firearm and fired at the officer through the driver's side window, striking the officer. The officer sustained multiple injuries as a result of the suspect's actions. The officer fired his firearm at the suspect, and the suspect fled the scene eastbound on Greenbrae in the Ford Expedition. The suspect ran a stop sign at the intersection of Greenbrae and Rock Boulevard. A vehicle driving southbound struck the suspect's vehicle in the intersection, disabling the Expedition. The suspect exited his vehicle and fled on foot.
Shots fired! Shots fired! It's going westbound, eastbound! I'm shot. It's just 10:50. Where'd he go? This way, turn around. Behind you. Where'd he go? Looks like he jumped the fence at BMA, jean jacket. I think I need medics for my personnel.
Temper. 31. Give it.
Dispatch message. Call type. Traffic stop as. Location. Greenbury DR/17 THST.
Sparks 261, 1085. 6 shot. Chick-fil-A. Temper.
At approximately 1:40 p.m., Sparks Police Emergency Dispatch received a 911 call stating that a black male adult forcibly entered an occupied residence in the 1400 block of Prospect, which is one street directly south of Greenbury. The caller advised she had been cooking in the kitchen when the suspect entered her home with a firearm. The victim reported she used a knife she was holding to protect her and her children by cutting the suspect, who then fled out of the back of the residence. As officers and deputies from multiple agencies began setting up a perimeter, a shelter-in-place order was given to the residents in the immediate area due to the threat the suspect posed to the community.
911, what's the address emergency? Hello, 911.
Yeah. Is there ever a gun in our house? Is there ever a gun in our house?
There's a guy in your house with a gun?
Is there another backyard?
He has to put a gun on my head. He was on the backyard and came inside.
Where is he?
And then I think he went to the other house
Wait, it's okay. Which way? You went this way?
in the backyard, and then I think he jumped the fence, but I don't know what.
Officers from the Sparks Police Department, Reno Police Department, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Office began conducting a door-to-door search for the suspect. The investigation later revealed that during this time, the suspect had entered another residence and taken that female occupant hostage. At approximately 2 p.m., officers contacted that female resident who was attempting to leave the area in the 1300 block of Prospect. The driver of the vehicle was advised by officers that there was a shelter-in-place order and was told to go back inside. The driver then drove into her garage and closed the door. The officers later learned that this female driver had been taken hostage by the suspect, and he had forced her to attempt to drive out of the search area while he hid in the rear passenger compartment of the vehicle.
Sparks Police!
Police department!
Hey, just cover me just in case the guy might be in there.
Police department, show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Sparks Police!
Put your hands up!
Stop! That doesn't look like anyone's in there. Hi, so we have a critical incident that's going on. It's kind of dangerous right now. Did anyone jump inside your yard or backyard? No. Where are you headed to? Okay. What I need you to do, can you go inside your house and shelter in place? Let's get this family out of here. And we need them for detectives so they get more information.
As officers continued their search, they contacted this same residence to ensure the suspect was not inside the house. A Washoe County deputy made contact with a female occupant who was later determined to be the kidnapped victim who had previously attempted to drive out of the search area. As the deputy made contact with this victim, she was first observed laying on the floor in the doorway. As the deputy identified himself as the police, the suspect began firing from inside the residence, striking the Washoe County deputy and another Sparks police officer. Officers returned fire and dragged the victim from the house to safety. While the suspect continued to fire from inside the residence, officers from both the Sparks Police Department and the Reno Police Department discharged their firearms toward the suspect.
Yeah. Well, please. Hey, there's an older WFA in this house. She's the one I talked to. They go back inside? Yeah. Hello, please. Get her up! Jump out! Get her up! Hey, stand up. Are you hurt? Get her up! Get her up! Get her up! Get her up! I got you. I got you. Huh? I got her. I got her.
Hand over here. There, I got one hand. You get the other. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it behind the car. Stay right here, man.
Go, get the fuck out of there! Back inside? Yeah. Oh, please. Get fire! Get her out! Get her out! Get her out! Stand up. Are you hurt? Where is he? Get her out! I don't know. He's in back away. He's shooting deep. He's shooting at us deep.
The suspect fled out of the residence and jumped the back fence, landing in the yard of a home in the 1300 block of Greenbrae. The homeowner called 911 at approximately 2:15 p.m., stating she was hiding in her bathroom after the suspect had broken into her home.
911, what's the address of the emergency? And what's the phone number that you're calling me from? Okay, and tell me exactly what happened.
Somebody has broken in my house and barricaded my bathroom. The police are at the street blocked off. Police got right down the front door and come in.
Okay. He's barricaded in the bathroom?
No, I'm in the bathroom. He's on the side.
Does he know you're in there?
I don't know, maybe.
What's your name?
I'm scared to death.
The suspect exited the back of the residence and attempted to hide behind a shed in the backyard. Approximately 15 minutes later, the victim exited her residence through the front door without incident. A short time later, the suspect re-entered her home through the back door. Crisis negotiators and SWAT teams from the Sparks Police, Reno Police, and Washoe County Sheriff's Office responded and began to attempt to resolve the situation without further incident. For approximately 5 hours, the crisis negotiators and SWAT teams used tactics to encourage the suspect to surrender peacefully. However, the suspect did not respond. At approximately 7:30 p.m., Sparks Police SWAT operators entered the garage of the residence. The suspect, who had been hiding, began firing at the officers, striking one of the officers' service weapons. At that time, SWAT operators discharged their firearms toward the suspect as they retreated from the garage.
Stay right there, watch. Yeah, got it right there.
You got blood on the fridge, dude. Back it up. I got you. I got you. Work it out. Work it out. Left corner. Back it out. Watch out. Watch out.
This was the suspect's third ambush attack on officers, each ambush resulting in the officers being struck by his gunfire. Due to these ambush attacks on officers and the suspect's unwillingness to communicate or surrender, he continued to pose an imminent threat to officers for approximately the next 2.5 hours. During this time, officers continued to utilize communication from crisis negotiators and use SWAT tactics to attempt to resolve the incident.
We're not leaving.
The suspect did not respond to these further attempts. Believing the suspect may have been injured during the incident, the Sparks SWAT team escorted a Thames medic into the garage where the suspect was last seen. The suspect was located and ultimately pronounced deceased on scene. The suspect was later identified as 34-year-old Reno resident Anthony Wade. The investigation revealed that Wade was in possession of a loaded black .40 caliber semi-automatic firearm with a 22-round capacity extended magazine at the time of the incident.
The Sparks Police Department and its officers take incidents such as these very seriously, and they are treated accordingly. For questions or additional information regarding the Sparks Police Department, please visit www.sparkspolice.com. Thank you.